Hi, spiritual friends. I just thought I'll read a bit from the Bible today. Was it Luke? I think we were reading, weren't we, about Jesus' birthday, which was the 22nd of June. But we celebrate it on Christmas to coincide with the winter solstice, the pagan festival, where everybody went to other people's homes and spent probably a long time there, to keep warm and have put all their food in one basket, so to speak, and share it out. But I'm going to carry on now. Where we left off, really. There's no mention of Jesus after his birth, really, and until it comes to the presentation of Jesus in the temple. So that's where I'm going to read now. Yes, and then you can see me all right. The sun's decided to go in. Anyway, you don't really need to see me, do you? Just hear me. Look at this young man. That's enough of that. They're supposed to be serious. God doesn't like people being serious. He likes us to be happy, and not be pious and miserable. Anyway, that's another bit of philosophy. Right, here we go. Now this is the birth of Jesus 2, and this is moving on to the presentation of Jesus in the temple, 21. When 8 days had passed and the child was circumcised, he was named Jesus, the name given by the angel before he was conceived in the womb. When the days of her purification according to the law of Moses was completed, yes, that means Mary, she had to be sort of purified by making sure there was no residue left of the birth, if you know what I mean. They brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord, as is written in the law of the Lord. Every firstborn male shall be called holy to the Lord, and to offer a sacrifice according to what is said in the law. A pair of turtle doves or 2 young pigeons was appropriate. I've added that a little bit on the end. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. Now there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon, and this man was righteous and devout, waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. It was revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen Lord's Christ. Led by the Spirit, he came into the temple, and when the parents brought him the child Jesus to do for him according to the custom of the law, he received him in his arms and blessed God and said, Lord, now let your servant depart in peace, according to the word, for my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all people, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and the glory of your people Israel. Jesus and his mother were amazed at those things which were spoken about him. Then Simeon blessed them and said to Mary his mother, "Listen, this child is destined to cause the fall and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign which will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. And a sword will pierce through your own soul also." And there was Anna, a prophetess, a daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher. She was of a great age, and had lived with her husband 7 years from her virginity, and she was a widow of about 84 years of age. Wow. Who did not depart from the temple, but served God with fasting and praying night and day. Coming at that moment, she gave thanks to the Lord and spoke of him to all those who looked for redemption of Jerusalem. The return to Nazareth. When they had performed everything according to the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own city of Nazareth. And the child grew and became strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. We'll go on a bit now about the boy Jesus in the temple. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. When he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem according to the custom of the feast. When the days of the feast were complete, as they returned, the child remained behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother did not know it, but supposing him to be in their company, they went a day's journey. Wow, they went a whole day without noticing he wasn't with them. Wow. Then they searched for him among their relatives and acquaintances. When they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem, searching for him. After 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. All who heard him were astonished at his understanding and his answers. When they saw him, they were amazed, and his mother said to him, "Son, why have you dealt with us like this? Look, your father and I have anxiously searched for you." He said to them, "How is it that you search for me? Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business?" But they did not understand the word which he spoke to them. Then he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was obedient to them. But his mother kept all these words in her heart. And Jesus increased in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and man. So that's the last you hear of Jesus now, until he appears when he's 29 years old, and he meets up with his cousin John the Baptist, and that's what how the beginning of Jesus began all those years ago. Yes, 220 years ago, 2020 years ago. So I'll be reading from another book probably next time I do a little reading for you. I hope you found my readings interesting. And so read the Bible yourself and make of it what you will, because your will be done, but you've got to create your will, or what you want to do with your life, and not blame anybody, not your parents, not the Heavenly Father. It's down to you what you do with your life. In the meantime, peace, truth, love and joy to you. Bye-bye for now.